the talk that matters.
Hello, Kelvin. Welcome back. It's a it's a joy to have you here back again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sure. So, in our previous session, we talked about personal development, which was able to tackle different things,
Yes.
different topics, and we just realized that there was just a lot to talk about. And today,
Yes,
we're
yes.
going just to talk about only saving.
All right.
And I believe we're going to learn more from you. And now let's start with the most basic question.
Okay.
Would you give the definition of saving?
Of course, this is a common word that is used.
Yeah.
And I guess people will term it like a business language.
All right.
Yeah. And I might not have like a perfect definition for saving, but this is what I'll definitely say.
All
Saving
right.
is one of the most basic and most repeated bits of financial advice. Yeah. So it is one of the key components when it comes to finances.
All right.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Key component when it comes to finance. And
Yes, yes, yes.
now we'd ask ourselves, what does it help?
What does it help? That is the question.
Yeah, because it's a key component, and we know there are so many key components in the finance. And
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
well, why do we do it? Why do we need it?
Yes. We all have financial goals, which is very important. When you speak about saving, we all have financial goals. That is what we love to achieve in future.
All right.
And yes, so the best way to have achievements in terms of finances, we should be able to figure out how then are we able to save, be able to achieve that goal or that target or that mission or that objective that you have in concern to finance.
All right. So, okay, maybe let me frame it this way.
Okay.
Why is saving important? Maybe you've just tackled, the question, but like, why is it important really to do the saving? I understand you said you talked about
Yes, yes.
there are things we have to do, goals to achieve.
Okay.
But why is it really so important? Why is it, as you put it, in the key components when it comes to finance?
It's very important. Saving is very important. One of the main reasons why saving is very important is it gives you freedom to live your own life in your own terms.
Oh.
That comes from the process of saving. That is one of the main reasons why saving is important. And probably I'll speak about reason number 2. It gives you financial security.
All right.
Yes, which also is very important. And something that also is quite key when it comes to saving is it will help you to take financial risk. And I'll give an example of a financial risk. You want to start a business, for example, you will need a financial backing to be able to get off the ground. So these 3 things are my main reasons why when you think about saving is pretty important.
All right. Yeah, thank you. I believe this is very clear. Now, maybe we can go straight to how do we do the saving? Maybe the methods of saving. If one would ask you, maybe, how can I do the saving? How much? Such kind of things. What would be?
Okay. It is tough to do something consistently without understanding why you need to save money. First of all, you need to understand why are you saving money, for what purpose, for what reason. Because when you consider saving, there are 3 main things probably be able to speak about in the course of this meeting. That is discipline, that is sacrifice, and that is self-control, which are also very important when it comes to saving. Yeah, we know the reason to save money. Once we know the reason why we need to save money, we can be able to stick to the plan for the longest time possible. Because it is not also very easy to start saving and keep on saving. So why we actually save is we need to determine what the aspect that determine our saving culture depends on the reasons why we need to save.
All right. So now let's talk about the methods. How do we do that? Of course, now we have a reason. But
yes,
sometimes even though we do have this reason, we just realize along the way we just crashed and everything is upside down. So
very true.
Yeah. Would you please
All right. When you think about saving, let us think about these few things. You have to figure out how much you're spending. This is important. How much are you spending? Are you able to keep track of all your expenses? Because you need to cut part of your earnings or whatever best way you're receiving your money so that you can be able to put it aside. So the two things I've spoken about is you need to figure out your expense and being able to keep track of how you are spending your cash. Two is you need to organize your budget. This is very important. You need to figure out, how am I organizing my budget? Am I buying things that I don't need? Am I overspending my funds? And if at all you are able to recognize that there are spaces whereby you are spending money and actually you don't need to spend money in those areas, then also you need to find out how then can I be able to cut my expenditures. And when you speak about planning to save, well, you cannot plan to save without setting goals. You need to set saving goal. What are you saving for, which you already spoken about? And again, you need to figure out how much money do I need to hit that goal or that objective or that mission or that target. And once you have been able to understand your mission, probably objective, you also need to prioritize now your savings. And something that also is very important is you need to watch out your savings and see the monthly progress. This is very important. And why is it important? It is simply important because it will help you identify and fix problems. When you understand how you save your money, you may be inspired to save more and even your goals grow faster.
All right. So now I understand. Let's go to, you see,
Yes.
From what you were saying, I understand that it needs really budgeting, a plan to budget expenditure, and maybe
Yes.
you can talk about social responsibilities and
Yes.
like maybe we who are Christians, you can talk about offerings and everything about that.
Very true. Yes.
So it's like a whole plan you have to do.
Yes.
Now do we always have to save because we have a reason? Because like I usually of course if I want to do the business, I would like keep some money. That's what we call capital. But
Okay.
like in our everyday life, do we need to save without like a very specific reason? And would that really work without any specific reason? Yeah.
You want sustainability in saving, you want longevity in saving, you want consistency in your saving. There must be a drive towards that. There must be an urge, there must be a target. There must be something you're aiming at. You cannot just wake up and start saving. For what purpose are you saving? Why would you not rather spend your money that day and then get it done with? So there must be a reason that you really need to save for. This is very important. And this acts like the motivation, yeah? Like the check. Am I really aiming at what I'd already planned for initially? So there needs to be something that encourages you to keep on saving. Otherwise, you will not be able to save because it's like you're living a life without a purpose, a life without a meaning. So there can be saving without a meaning, saving without a purpose, and you will find you're wasting or misusing the funds that you have.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the method you talked about the other time when we were in the previous session. You talked about how there's like this kind of I would call like incremental kind of saving. You like if you start today, you start with 1 coin and then tomorrow 2 coins.
All right.
And as the day is gone, you just continue increasing the amount of money. So is there any other thing you can add on that? And do you think this really can work? If you would talk
on the assumption, of course, we all handle money in one way or another. And I wouldn't grant myself as a financial advisor, but the experience that we have in life, I'll say that there are a lot of things we can learn. And yes, the reason why I spoke about that the other time mainly is simply out of the urge that we need a consistency in saving. We need discipline in saving. And there are different methods of how you can be able to save.
Okay.
Yeah, there are those who can choose to save on a daily basis. They put a target depending on what they're doing. Those on employment, probably they have their period of receiving their funds, their cash. So when you speak about on a daily system of saving, sometimes can work, sometimes cannot work. But those who are running small businesses, which means there is a cash flow on a regular basis, it might not be easy to say that I'll wait until the end of the month to save something, but it will be easy to save the little coins that you receive on a daily basis, and then they will accumulate. Eventually they'll turn to something bigger.
Yes.
Why am I focusing on that? I am simply focusing on that because I count that the other time I told you already, a journey of 1,000 miles simply begins with one simple step.
Yeah.
and I want to save $1 million. I want to save 1,000,000 francs. I want to save 1,000,000 shillings. What if I start with 1 shilling? It seems like a very small baby step. But if I can track, if I can be consistent in saving that one simple coin, then that becomes an habit. The reason why I was focusing on that is we are trying to develop an habit of saving, which does not, I'm saying we are focusing on a habit. This is pretty important. An habit of saving has not been existing in the society for quite a long time. There are statistics which cannot be able to speak about today. Every country has its own statistics on how people are saving. And people are fond of, they receive and spend, they receive and spend. And eventually, of course, things fall apart. We need medical health cover. That is one. We need insurance cover. That is another area. We want to make trips. In future, and we need to develop habits that will strengthen us for the sake of these nitty-gritties that we need in life. So I'll prefer, I am learning how to save. I wouldn't go for a bigger system, but I will try and focus on a smaller method. And once I am used to that particular smaller method, eventually I can rise to the occasion, to another level, to another level, and to another level.
Yeah, sure. That's very important because most people, they want to start with big things. But like you said, like a journey of 1,000 miles starts always with one single mile. So it's very important. Now, if you would try to refer to someone who says, "Oh, I don't have money, I don't know how to save," is there any other way someone can still say, maybe let me train myself for this or for that?
Everyone has money. Everyone has money. It's a notion that doesn't sound right. It's only that probably the amount of money we have might not be able to serve the purpose that we want, and that is why we need to save. So everyone has money. For sure, everyone has money because we purchase almost not on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. At least we are spending something at the end of the day. All I definitely be able to say is when it comes to saving, we have to be very smart. One is we need to be very specific. And we need to have measurable goals when it comes to saving, and we need to work on something that is attainable. I want to save. Is it attainable? I'll never want to save $1 million while I'm earning like $20 every month or $30 every month. In that case, I'm not being realistic. And again, when you think about saving, it should be time-based goal. It should be time-based. I want to save to purchase. I want to save to start a business. I need to have the entire vision in my head. What kind of a business do I want to start? How much do I need to start the business? Or I want to travel abroad. How much do I need to travel abroad? Do I need insurance? What is the plane ticket? How much am I going to be charged for that? Do I need, there are amounts of money here and there that might be needed. So if I want to plan to make a trip next year, or I want my kids to go to school, how much do they need for their school fees? And how long will it take until they get to school? This will be able to assist me have a clear plan on how I need to save. But on the other hand, I also need to think, how much am I earning? How much am I gaining?
Right.
Yes. Do I need to bring other ideas so that I can be able to earn more to save more? Something of the sort.
That's another thing to do also. So I'd like to ask you this. Let's suppose like someone has some savings. He's been doing this for a while. But I would like to ask, like, is there any connection between saving and investment? Like someone would say, okay, I'm saving, but I'm not actually saving, I'm investing. But what do you think about that?
When you speak about investing, there's a return at the end of the day. You're putting your money somewhere with an expectation. It has to bring something back.
All right.
Or your saving can turn to be an investment on the other angle when you save to gain interest. There are banks which can offer such kind of services. Which is also beneficial. You lock your money somewhere and it comes with an interest of probably 5, 10, 15, depending on where you're saving your money. And with small business people, of course, I do not know much about your country in terms of savings and financial advice that the financial organizations offer.
This is like a familiar talk. We are just trying to help one another, and maybe out there somebody is being helped from a personal perspective.
Yes. But for us to start, what I'll really advise is to build up that habit. Once you have the habit, then the other parts can be easily organized and it can start propelling well.
Allow me to talk about this. I do sometimes I do I'm inspired to check this some subject from the Bible. So the Bible talks about saving. You know, some people they don't know what that the Bible talks about. So I would like just to read a verse that I
Yes.
found revolutionary. I just heard it once and then it stuck in my mind, in my heart also.
Okay.
So it's just Proverbs chapter 21 verse 20. It says, "There is precious treasure and oil in the house of the wise, who prepare," like between parentheses, "who prepare for the future. But a short-sighted and foolish man swallows it all up and wastes it." So like it comes to confirm what you say, that everyone has something, but some people they have something and then they just swallow it.
Yes,
But,
yes, yes.
like the person who saves is compared to a wise who prepares for the future. And you know, it's so important. When I got to see this, I said, wow, even God advises to save. Even he said, look at the animals. There are some animals that prepare for a season, and because they know some of the season things would not be easier for them.
Yes, yes, yes.
What I want to say.
Yeah. That is very important, because of course, when you speak on the Christian aspect, when you speak about hope is something for the future. Yeah, I am hoping to marry. I am hoping to build a house. I am hoping to buy a car. Yeah, you can think about such kind of things. But now, what is the plan towards your hope? Yes, you want to do that. What is the plan towards your hope? Because unless you have a plan for that, then it is very difficult to save.
Okay.
So yes, why are you saving? Is there a plan you have? What are you hoping for in future? All these things will help you grow to become someone who is very wise in the society.
Yeah. So Kelvin, as we come to the end of this session, I would like to be maybe a little bit practical. What would you suggest, like a kind of percentage? Someone would start with, I mean, any amount, and then would you suggest like a percentage? And is it for all people, or maybe depending on whether they are still young or whether they are married, or kind of suggestions.
we Christian, we all have our dreams, right?
All
There's
right.
what you want, which might be different from what I want.
Okay.
But leaving alone that aside, there is something I want to mention as I just wind up is in all this, the key pillar is self-control.
Self-control.
Why? Yes. Why? Because it really helps us to handle our finances. Okay. Yeah, it's assisting us to put our money aside instead of spending it. It is helping us to resist the terrible itches that wants to drag us to spend the money. So in this case, I want to save. It doesn't matter how much I really want to save, but have I identified my itches? Those things that whenever I get the money, I just want to spend my money on it.
There's like kind of a sense of agency. If I don't do this, maybe I'll kind of die.
Yes. But again, on the other angle, you need to think about this. There are things that, of course, we are living in a world that is full of fashion. Every phone, I mean, every particular time a new phone comes in the industry, a new car comes in the industry, and you might be having the urge. I have money. I really want to grab that. But we are forgetting that this thing, with a number of times, will pass by.
Yeah.
The way you are looking at it to be good, with some time, probably not be as good as you thought it would be, or the fashion will come to an end. So that itch, or that common pitfall that is binding us, that is what we need to come out of it. We need to develop that self-control. Yeah. Do I really need this? And if I don't, can I really hold myself back from putting my money on it? And you can find, there's a huge amount of money that is passing across our hands that, unless we focus on how we can be able to obtain the self-control, then we cannot even save. Not even a single franc or dollar or shilling.
Very important. Maybe our next session will be about self-control and discipline, because I think these
perfect.
They go together.
Yes, that would be very great. Yes.
Yo, great. Yes. So let me try to maybe give some sense, about the saving, because I just came to also understand that really saving is needed, and depending on which stage you are at, you can maybe try to save accordingly. Like, for example, I always advise for young people, it's always important that if possible, you could save more than 30%. Those who are not married yet. Why? Because not only this will help you, but it trains you to have the self-control, like you said, but also it will help you to put in a position that you are still, you will spend more in the future. And then so you have to do it. Like, for example, maybe this would seem to be very extreme, but I heard that someone would save, let's say, for example, if I get, okay, let's put it in this way. It would be like a kind of 60% of whatever he gets, the person. So because they are young people and because they know they are preparing for the future. But some common things that I saw here, in Africa and everywhere, we try to tend that to say that, oh, young people should not have money because they don't need it. But they think maybe grown-up people or those who are married, they should be the one having the money. But I see it the other way around. Say, you are the one to have the money, actually, because there are so many things you have to get ready for the future. So that's why I just wanted to bring these out.
Yeah, and it's right. And this is what I'll definitely say. Our financial success begins with the effort to control our expenditure and save for the future. And as you said, the young people, the reason why they cannot save is because they are impulse buyers. That is one. They are impulse buyers. And again, young people, most of them probably, they cannot separate between their wants and their needs. Yeah, and probably again we can simply say that young people do not have role models in terms of saving.
Yeah, that's why they just work according to their impulsion, just
yes, and they want, and again there's a lot of peer pressure with young people.
Oh yeah,
a friend of mine is driving a car. I also need to buy one without considering why is he driving the car. Yeah, a friend of mine is staying in a self-contained 3 or 4, even 5-bedroom mansion house, and they also want to put themselves into that. I mean, there are a lot of things when we put in consideration, we can even save 70 or even 80% of our money. Of course, we know the world has changed and there is things have changed, but still we can be able to. We are learning how to save, and this is pretty important because we have a future that is just coming ahead of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Let's put an end to our session of today. So I would like also to tell our viewers, audience, to make sure they like the video and they subscribe.
Definitely.
And I heard maybe Mr. Kelvin is going also to start something like this. He's a mind lecturer. So if he makes up his mind and have some time for that, I will definitely share the links and to his videos. So otherwise, see you next time. Remember, next time we're going to talk about the self-control and discipline. So make sure you come around and great things. Yeah, make sure you comment in the comment section. Thank you so much, Mr. Kelvin. This is the end of it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.